I grew up without having a relationship with my father, and that was tough. And through that, I sought attention. And I started modeling when I was 15 or 16, and all of a sudden I was getting positive reinforcement from places that I normally didn't, and I like the way that felt. Honestly, I was like, if I am successful in any type of genre of film or theater, I would be loved. So I took my $50 and I went to California, and I spent almost every cent I had. And then all of a sudden I was like, shoot, I don't have any money. And I got a job at a steakhouse, so like a steakhouse / bar in Los Angeles. So after working in that restaurant for a few months, I met a group of girls that were sitting at a table, and they were all dressed very provocatively. They said, you should do movies. I was like, oh yeah, actually, I am trying to be an actor, this and that. And they're like, no, adult movies. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, having, sex on camera. My instinct reaction was like, wow, that's awesome. So they gave me their information. It was to meet with their agent. So I met with that agent. He's like, if you can do it, then you'll be very successful. Praise. You'll be great. You'll be amazing. Just do it. I was like, well, if I just do one, it'll be okay. I showed up and I was terrified, and everyone was like, don't worry about it. Just take this pill. You'll be able to perform. You'll be able to do it. And I did. And that changed the rest of my life. All I remembered about it was nothing but what I did, just the environment around me. I didn't have a conversation with the girl. I didn't know her name. We never even made eye contact. I felt dirty. I felt the camera guy directing me to do stuff while I was doing that. It didn't feel real. It didn't feel like it truly happened. And then some of my friends saw it. I was embarrassed, even though they were like, dude, that's so cool. And then I thought, if these people can see it, probably someone close to my family is gonna see it. And then, and just thinking about embarrassing my mom was tough. But after that, even feeling that, I justified it. I've already did one, so what's the difference if I do another one? And then all of a sudden, I've done a few, and I've made, $3,000 or $4,000 in less than a month. And then all of a sudden I was doing 20 a month, and my family did find out. And I still didn't stop. I became this person I didn't even know. And the more I was willing to care less about myself, the more I was willing to do. And next thing I knew, I'd done 1,000 movies. I'm crying myself to sleep every time I worked. I would literally shower, and I couldn't get clean enough because I couldn't wash off the hurt. And I truly believed at that point that I didn't matter. And that went on for, well over 5 years. And I was going to deposit a check, and the teller looked at me and said, Joshua, is there anything else I can do for you? And that was the first time I heard my name in a long time. And I just lost it. And I went home and I looked myself in the mirror, and I was like, what have I done? What have I done with my life? I haven't been home in 2 Christmases. I wasn't taking care of my mom. I wasn't taking care of my brother. So I called the director and told him that I'm never coming back. So that's what I did. I ran for my life. I moved to North Carolina. Every night I would have dreams of the things I did. So even though I wasn't doing anything anymore, my sin was, just tucked away. It wasn't dealt with. The last thing I wanted to do was face what I did. And I'd ruined my relationship with my family. My mom, anytime I reached out to her, she's like, I love you no matter what. It hurt so bad for her to say no matter what, because I knew I embarrassed her. And then I met someone else. When I met Hope, I was like, even though she likes me, like she doesn't know what I've done. There's no way that she could accept me for who I am. She asked me if I believe in God, and I said yes. And after she asked me that, I felt like I had to tell her something. I did pornography for, over 5 years. And she looked me in the face and said, that's not who you are. God's forgave you for that. Why can't I? I was like, wow, that's what being a Christian's like. I want some of that, So not long after that, together, we went to Hope. And when I walked in Hope, we were sitting there, and Mike's talking straight to me, and he's like, no matter how broken you are, it's never too late. And I believe that. My whole life changed. Here I am, so undeserving, that he stooped down, he picked me up, and he brushed me off, and I was clean. It was like it was never happened in his eyes. And I can't explain the burden that took away. After that sermon with Mike, I decided I need to do something. So it says I need to be baptized. If Jesus said to do something, it's probably a good idea. So I got baptized. And just, to be able to declare that Jesus was my Lord and Savior, it was great. So that relationship ended up with the Hope Media team. We snuck out to her elementary school that she teaches at, and the principal is this awesome guy, and he actually helped set me up an assembly, and there was a guest speaker coming. She was excited. But it was us. It was myself and the Hope Media team. And we walked in, and I'm like freaking out. I have the flowers, and she's like, what are you doing here? There's a guest speaker coming. I proposed. She said yes. We got married in July. With all my heart, I believe that I want to share this story with not only people in that industry, but people that think that they don't have a chance. You're never too broken. There's nothing you've ever done that's too bad. Growing up longing for a father, and now knowing that I have a good father already in God, and seeing what God had in store for me all along, I would never want to go back.